right. Where is my mic? Guys, how are you? You know, it has taken me hours to come up with this video, but finally, I've gone ahead to cook it, and I think it's ready for you to obviously take. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 1. You know, some people are really calling me a foreteller, but I'm not. You get? Because in my match preview, I told you the best that Chelsea can get out of this game is a draw. And if it was to be a win, I had given it to the club of Arsenal. And obviously, the game has gone ahead to end in a draw. Arsenal fans are really disappointed because this team was a man down for some good minutes. But people tend to forget something, that every time you are really playing a team that really has a man less, that team works times 3, you know, that they would have gone ahead to work when they are 11 against 11, because they know to it that they have one man less, and that's why they put in a very huge shift altogether. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We are powered by Century Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and UK used phones. You understand? And they are authentic and reliable. They are found at Pioneer Mall. That's where you can get them. All call them on +256 756 165 285. Buy your dream phone today. So that's what they are really telling you. Now, let's get deep into this game of football. Arsenal went ahead to obviously end this game level with Chelsea, and this everything really panned out. A red card came in through in this game, and Moises's header was sent off. By the way, I think Chelsea are going to break a record for a club that has gone ahead to concede the most number of red cards in a season. I tell you, they have like 10 red cards. They've gone ahead to obviously be getting this season, especially in the Premier League. It was the 38th minute when Moise Caicedo went ahead to obviously lift his stud and rested it onto the foot of Mikel Merino, and VAR called up for a review, and the review was obviously decided, or the review was seen by the referee on the side monitor, and the decision was made that the guy has to be sent off. And guess what? 10 minutes later, after Moise Caicedo was obviously sent off, Trevor Chalobah came up and obviously headed that ball in the back of the net. Arsenal conceding from a set piece. Remember, Arsenal have been the masters of set pieces, and we know their dark arts. They've gone ahead to use to obviously cost team set pieces. But this time around, it has not been Arsenal scoring the set piece. It has been Arsenal conceding the set piece. And indeed, it went ahead to cross the line. First half ended 1-0 in favor of Chelsea, and we went into the second half. Second half, the manager went ahead to make some changes. He took off Gabriel Martinelli, and he brought on Noni Madueke. Then he took off Zubimendi and brought on Martin Odegaard. Substitutions that I think were really tactical, and I really enjoyed them, because if you're playing a team that really has a man down and their number one CDM was off, that is Moise Caicedo, you know, why do you need Zubimendi on the field of play? So he took Zubimendi off the field of play and brought on Odegaard, and I think 2-3 minutes later, that's when Mikel Merino went ahead to obviously bury that ball in the back of the net. And I liked what Bukayo Saka really went ahead to do. Bukayo Saka went ahead to obviously create a moment of magic, and he ran towards the byline. You know, he chopped outside, and then the defender of Chelsea, I think was Maki Kurela, couldn't obviously obstruct him from putting in a very deadly cross in the mouth of the goal. And obviously Mikel Merino went ahead to head it home to make it 1-1 for the club of Arsenal and Chelsea. And nothing much really happened yet after that so-called goal of Arsenal, but they really had some good chances that I thought they would have gone ahead to bury. But I think Chelsea was really having a very good day, and their plan was like, let's run them down. And they indeed did that, and they walked away with a point. And for Arsenal, I don't think that they should really regret for getting a point at the Stamford Bridge. Why? Man City will go there, they won't get 3 points. Liverpool was beaten 2-1. You understand? So Chelsea will obviously do the needful and really stop them. So getting a point against Chelsea, for me, if at all I'm Arsenal, I'm like, all is fine with me, as the permutations for winning the Premier League are really simple. If you're a team like Arsenal, right, all what you need to do is simple. go ahead and win all your home games. Not all your home games. Go and beat all the 15 teams, home and away. And I think they're really doing it very well. Now, for Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, those 4 teams, what you have to do is don't allow, when they come at your field, at least get a point or beat them. When you go away, even if they beat you. Now, if you are to calculate those points at the end of the season, they can really give you a trophy. If Arsenal goes ahead to beat 15 teams home and away, those are 90 points. Now, if they happen to beat Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea at the Emirates, those are 99 points. I think at 99 points, you can obviously win the trophy. And that's what Arsenal is going to hate to do. And today, they've gone at Stamford Bridge and they've gone ahead to collect a point. And remember, for me, in my permutations, I had counted a loss. You understand? So, Arsenal have gone ahead not to keep a clean sheet in their 3rd game in a row. From the game of Sunderland, they conceded 2. Game of Tottenham Hotspur, they conceded 1. And today, they've gone ahead to concede 1. But I've seen people say, it's because of Gabriel Magalhaes not being here, guys. The first game that saw Arsenal really concede a goal after a long run of not really conceding goals, Gabriel Magalhaes was there. And I think for that equalizer, to make it to 2, Gabriel Magalhaes was to blame. You understand? So, I think the lad has... I think it was time for Arsenal to obviously concede goals because you can't really go all that long without conceding goals. The beauty is that they're really collecting points and they're really keeping the rhythm up and running. You understand? So that is it for the club of Arsenal. For the side of Chelsea, congratulations to them. Playing a game with a man down is not easy, especially when you're playing against the best team in Europe right now, known as Arsenal. It's not really easy. It's really very, very, very hard, I can tell you. So they really did the needful, and they managed the game very well, though I think Arsenal never really gave Sanchez a lot of questions to answer. They never really gave him hard time into that particular game or match. But all in all, it is okay, and it has been a draw for the Londoners. That is Arsenal and Chelsea in there for you. When I go to Opta Joe, they've told us that Mikel Merino has scored his 10th Premier League goal, 7 of which have been headers among all non-defenders with 10 plus goals in the competition's history. Only James scored 71%, 10 out of 14 was scored, a higher ratio than him. The guy is really good in the air, and the manager knows to it that he's a big game winner. That's why he never really took him off. Moise Caicedo has received his first card in the Premier League in his 130th appearance. He's the 7th Chelsea player to be sent off against Arsenal in the competition, and the first since David Luiz in September 2017. So, something is not okay with Chelsea. They've considered another red card. For the very first time on record, from 2006 to 2007, Arsenal have seen 3 players carded in the opening 30 minutes of the Premier League game. Obviously, it was Ricardo Carafiori, who the manager went ahead obviously take off because he knew to it that he might really get a red card. Declan Rice, and who was that third other player that went ahead to consider a yellow card? I've forgotten, but I think it was who was that other player that really got a yellow card? That is it. Let's go to the stats of the game and see how things went ahead to pan out in there for you, because it is really very important for you guys to know who did what and who did what in what aspect of the game. We go so 11 shots by Chelsea. Arsenal had 8. Very ashamed for a team that really had a man less to obviously have more shots than you. 5 shots on target by Chelsea, 5 shots on target by Arsenal. 38% ball possession by Chelsea, 68% ball possession by Arsenal. 229 passes completed by Chelsea, 407 passes completed by Arsenal. 89% passing accuracy by Chelsea, 91% passing accuracy by Arsenal, 12 fouls by Chelsea, 13 by Arsenal, 1 yellow card to Chelsea and 6 yellow cards to the side of Arsenal. 1 red card to Chelsea, no red card issue to any of the Arsenal players that participated. 1 offside to Chelsea, 3 offsides to Arsenal, 3 corners to both sides in there for you. Now, with Liverpool winning, who else won? Man City winning. Obviously, that means there is what you call closing down the gap in there. And this is how the Premier League table is really looking like. Arsenal, 13 games played. They have 30 points right now. And Man City is second, 13 games played. They are having 25 points. Chelsea, 13 games played, they're having 24 points. Aston Villa, fourth, 13 games played, they're having 24 points. Brighton, 13 games played, 22 points. Sunderland, 13 games played, 22 points. Manchester United comes 7th after beating Crystal Palace away. Their first win, against Crystal Palace after a very, very long time. And they're having 21 points. Liverpool is 8th, is having 21 points. Crystal Palace is 9th with 20 points. And Brentford is 10th with 19 points. That's how the Premier League table is really looking right about now. And when we go to the week that is coming, or next weekend, which games are obviously going to be there? We are going to be having the following games. Fulham will be hosting Man City. There is midweek Premier League, right? Midweek Premier League. So Fulham is hosting Man City. Newcastle is hosting Tottenham. Bournemouth is hosting Everton. Brighton is hosting Aston Villa. Burnley is hosting Crystal Palace. Wolves is hosting Nottingham Forest. Arsenal is hosting Brentford in there. Then Leeds is hosting Chelsea. Liverpool is hosting Sunderland. Man United is hosting West Ham in there. Then on Saturday, Arsenal will pay a visit to Aston Villa. This is not a very easy fixture for Arsenal, but I think they'll obviously overcome it, and so on and so forth in there for you. So guys, that's what I had for you here onto the Rokani Media Football. That's how everything really went down at the Stamford Bridge.